Absolutely. One of the things we wanted to talk about today was the challenges and opportunities of modern manufacturing in each stage of the digital transformation. And I would say that if we were doing this webcast a year ago, it would be a little bit different than probably the content we're going to talk about now. But one of the things that we're hearing, certainly at ARC, from our vast number of end users and OEM customers, is they need to accelerate their digital transformation process, but they're looking for, I would say, easier, simpler ways to do it and to both digitize and digitalize their operations. But knowing the fact that with the companies that require work from home, remote access, that obviously that's kind of changing some of their priorities.
Yeah.
What do you see from Datapark's perspective is how are you helping your customers, providing them maybe easier ways to help digitize their operations?
Yeah. The digital transformation concept, has been around for, I think a long time. We've kind of put a name to it in the last 3 or 4 years and got a lot of traction. And certainly the COVID challenges have accelerated in some cases and slowed it down in others. I think it's still, we've always looked at our customer base, sort of where they are in this, this continuum of digital transformation. It's a continuous journey for everybody. And we've kind of created these 5 buckets to categorize customers. One is, I think it helps us put in context, the right solution for the right context of the customer, and give them the perspective of where they can go. You certainly you don't just say we're going to be a digitally transformed company and tomorrow you've got it. There are steps along the way, and I think this the challenges we today are really no different. Some of the solutions may be different, but depending upon where you are, if you're a company that's still really early on and still kind of operating based on, we operate the way we've always operated because that's just all we know. We don't have the data or the culture to change. Those solutions are going to be different than the company that's already very, very proactive in their decision making and very mature. So we like to look at, what are the easy solutions at each step. I think one of the things we see today because of the remoteness is the easy access to data. I think there's always this comfort level especially in industrial plants, that no matter what, if we needed to find the right data, we could always walk to the control room. We could look at the DCS. We could talk to the operator. If they had some paper log sheets, we could open the file cabinet, thumb through it, and we could get our answer. It may not be the most efficient, but that was always an option. Well, now, depending upon the operation, how they're set up, either the engineers and the technical staff are only in the plant half the time, or maybe not at all, or in some cases I've heard that they don't want people going to the control room because the operators are now the prized asset in these plants. They can't get sick. So that ability is not there. So now, how can we still deliver that confidence of accessing all the data that's important to them securely, remotely, and quickly? And that's one of the the hallmarks we've had from day one. Doesn't matter where data is, how can we connect to it directly, whether it's your historian, whether it's a lab quality system, your ERP system, provide easy links to that data that maybe otherwise you didn't have easy links, but you could still get to it. So that's, I think, an easy one that really helps people. And the other thing is I think they're starting to see a need for more kind of systematic solutions that everybody's using, and we're going to create solutions that can be shared easier when people aren't together. I think when we've learned, whether it's a user conference or whether it's it's our day-to-day activities, it's a challenge when we're remote. when we're together in a room, we have more flexibility. So we have to create a little more structure too. And so there are capabilities to provide, structured troubleshooting so that everybody's on the same page. So we used to be able to rely on, our boiler subject matter expert. If we had a problem, we could just go to him. Well, we can't always just go to them. So how do we take his knowledge and put it in our application that everybody has access to? So that's another more systematic problem we've been solving. A little bit for the more mature customers that are ready to get there, but a capability they can take advantage of. So it's been interesting.